and admit he didn't cope that, yeah, the stream was botted and he didn't actually break his record.
About that stream, we never broke our record. It was a great stream, but we only peaked at around like 300K. I talked to the reps. Somebody bought that stream. So Indonesia still holds the record.
He spoke to YouTube reps and they got back to him and said, you basically got around 300,000, which is insane numbers, but yeah, you were botted by an insane amount. And the funny thing is, I think this is why Speed is one of the few streamers that has an incredibly loyal fan base. And I'm not talking about getting huge viewership. I mean, people recognizing him, respecting him, because, you know, he's got into shit before. A good example is, if you remember, this is going back, I think 1 or 2 years ago. I forget how fast the news cycle works, but there was a moment where Speed worked with a British guy on stream, and I think it was to shill some coin or some garbage like that. And then basically the next stream after, even though he probably did get the bag, he came out and basically said, yeah, guys, I'm sorry, I fucked up. I shouldn't have done that.
Yo, bro, stop spamming. I'm not a scammer, bro. You know, I'm out the Instagram, bro, because I'm not about to deal with this shit right now. Let me just give y'all a quick little quote. I do so much stuff for y'all, bro. I made a mistake. You know, I'm not that smart, I'm gonna be honest, bro. But as I go, I get smarter and smarter, bro. I made a little mistake, you know, that I wish I never did, but I'm not a scammer, bro. A day of my life, I would never scam you guys. Just remember that, bro. A day of my life. I care about you guys so freaking much, bro. I love y'all so much, bro. You can ask anybody in my family. Who do I love the most? I love Speed Game the most. Y'all, you guys make my day.
So after Speed came clean, Alafoke, he was a little bit annoyed because, you know, the jig was up for him. And then he had this massive cope basically saying he is bigger than Speed and that the Dominican Republic is running the streaming space. Yeah, Alafoke, you got a lot of Dominican Republic viewers, especially in China, Russia. That's great. I'm very happy for you. There must be a lot of migration going on to those countries. Definitely not a bot farm.
Man, te están tratando de que yo me estrese mentalmente, de que yo me aborrezca mentalmente. Te digo algo, eso es gasolina para mí, porque yo sé de qué estoy hecho, yo vengo de la nada, brother. Todo el modelo de negocio que ellos tienen en la vida.
Okay, I do want to say, I am so sick of hearing this cope of people using it as a defense, of saying, I came from nothing, now I'm something. Do you know the amount of people that fucking like move to Dubai or something, make that exact same excuse? We all came from nothing, genuinely. I understand that you are not Nepo and you made this yourself. But by making an entire empire where it's all just view botting defeats the entire purpose.
En algo muy estúpido hoy.
Que fue la pilita.
No, fue en algo muy estúpido. Pues entonces él me está demostrando ahora mismo que yo soy más grande que él. Entonces yo soy más grande que Speed.
I like how he's got a bunch of people wearing, I assume to be his merch, saying Sigma, saying, guys, I'm bigger than Speed, right? Yeah, of course you are, yeah. Can you buy me another pair of these sunglasses, please? And I'll say anything, that you're better than Speed. No, I've been saying that he's better than Speed, like it's a subjective thing, like talent or comedy, even though we know that's not the case. It's like he's bigger than Speed.
No.
Like, okay, mate, yeah, you probably got more server space on the bot farms than Speed, but like, it doesn't mean you're actually bigger than him. Now, even though he did initially say he wasn't angry at Speed, later that night, he went on Instagram Live and then streamed him and his fans covering up a mural of Speed. And this was painted by Speed's fans. And then afterwards, Speed's cameraman tweeted out a screenshot of Speed's live concurrent viewers saying that Alafoco's ego was so hurt and Speed was the one that basically got played. His cameraman also tweeted out a bunch of stats just showing insane drops, probably when the bots went offline.
The design is very human.
So let's talk less about Speed and more about very out-of-touch rich people. So you may remember back in 2024, there was a CEO of Chipotle and got a ton of backlash for a clip where he said that Chipotle's portions have not gotten smaller, despite everyone on Earth noticing that they did get smaller.
First, I can tell you the portions have not gotten smaller.
That guy is now the CEO of Starbucks, because the thing is that CEOs like to do is just nepotism. You'll have one CEO that works for a company, gets swapped out for another company, even though there could be no overlap whatsoever in their industries. Because, and you'll quickly notice, funnily enough, the people at the top of the food chain, the incredibly rich and successful, are just as insecure and fragile as the people at the bottom. And they kind of don't really know what to do when someone loses a really big position. I mean, yeah, AI is going to take your job. It can't take mine, though. No. I sit in this chair and I look out my skyline view of my office. No. I do big things. I do big things. You can't replace me. So now this guy has ended up being the CEO of Starbucks. And you may have also noticed that because Moist Critical covered it as well. This is the price I pay for having any days off recording slop. Now in the clip, he defended a $9 price tag on their drinks, saying that the drinks are a premium experience and it's about connecting with your barista.
Yesterday, the Starbucks CEO, Brian
my wallet, went on to defend the company's $9 cup of coffee, insisting that the price reflects a premium experience offered to customers. He also said that customers across all income levels are willing and happy to shell out big money for a chance to interact with baristas or score a great seat inside the chain.
Oh my holy god of cope. Genuinely, I have never heard more cope in my life. Dude, you could have made up some bullshit about like, I don't know, like Trump tariffs or like, you know, exporting fees or the cost of oil or whatever, but like that is insane. You're almost like indirectly blaming the workforce. Well, now the CEO of Chipotle is getting into more backlash for another interview clip where he doubles down saying, well, you want more? You want more food? You should just ask. And then he tells his team to put as much into the burrito as you possibly can. It's just painfully out of touch.
If you want more, you should ask for a little more. I promise you. There's never a team member on that line is going to say no to you. We will continue to put heaping spoonfuls of food in bowls and burritos. It has always been our brand ethos, and it is still to this day. We serve big, beautiful bowls and burritos. No questions asked.
So you're not skimping people?
We are not. I tell my team all the time, put as much food in that bowl and burrito as you possibly can. I want the consumer to tell you it's too big. We're about abundance. We're about value. Value equals benefit over price. If I can hold the price constant, which I am working hard to do, even in the face of mid-single digit inflation that I'm seeing in my businesses, I'm not passing that off to the consumer. We're absorbing.
You know, obviously the main fixation everyone has at the minute now is protein. It is basically just anti-fat or whatever that is, even though I personally believe the next big health trend is definitely going to be fiber, because there's not really a lot of fiber in protein. But even then, protein, usually if you get a burrito or any kind of meal, is the most expensive part of that meal, especially if it's animal protein. But again, this is why people hate Taco Bell. I've been here for nearly a year. I ordered Taco Bell once because I've never had it before in my life. Genuinely the worst experience. I think I got about like 6 little noodle micrograin things of minced beef, and that was it.
I love drama.
Now, you've been watching this channel for quite a while, I assume, if you're not a complete new gen. I give you an offer right now. I'm going to proceed to talk about useless streamer drama that you do not care about. You'll forget about in about 5 seconds. And in return, if you consume this slop, I will upload a new main channel video for my birthday, which is May the 14th. Do you accept? Good. So this drama started when a streamer, Bruce Dropomoff, accused another streamer, Your Rage you might remember being the winner of that Mr. Beast challenge. He basically accused him of trying to little sis his way into sleeping with Yana.
Like, no cap. On God, y'all, if I'm 28 years old and I'm calling a girl little sis and she's like 18 going on 19, bro, somebody come put the gun under my chin and blow the trigger. On God, that shit is dead crazy, bro. Like, if you gotta little sis your way into some pussy gang, you are crazy. You're crazy, little sis. Gang, what are you talking about, little sis? At 30, bro, you're supposed to just be straight up, you know what I'm saying? Fuck all the little sis, Hello Kitty shit, bro, you know? It worked.
Basically, he's calling out Rage, who's 28, for falsely posing as an older brother figure to Yana, who's 19, in an attempt to apparently eventually sleep with her. Now, do you give a fuck about anything I've just said? I pray to God you don't, because I don't give a fuck. But this clip ended up getting 6 million views on Twitter, and then it also started making the rounds in the streaming community. Now, Rage ended up responding to the accusation, saying that he never had any romantic or sexual intentions with Yana.
A lot of see Yana, and they want to. So when they see me being platonic with this girl and making funny content, they're like, damn, 1,000 Rage's position, shit, I'll be going, you know what I'm saying? I'm not you. I'm not you. I don't want to be you neither. I promise you. I'm not you, my that weird. I already said a week ago, chat. I don't give a I know you in real life. I don't give a if you a streamer. I don't give a if you a random in a chat. If you say some weirdo shit, if you make a suggestive comment between me and Yana, that girl is 19 years old. I'm 28. Don't play with me like that, bro. Are you crazy, man? Knowing how this internet shit get? Are you crazy? You dig what I'm saying? Like, I'm not your friend, bro. Go troll with your little puss-ass friend. Don't troll with me, bro.
He also said that Bruce started beef with streamers because he basically has no content, which is the cope that most people use. They'll use it as a defense, but they will then actually do it themselves.
Want me to crash out. Every minute I speak on niggas, that's 5 extra talking points, topics on the stream, because they got no content, man. Bored. I don't want to stream no more. They hate this shit. So they got to talk shit about it. They hate it. Bro, Leave that shit over there, gang. I am 28 years old, gang. I don't care. I don't care. This is a cycle. The same shit just gonna happen.
And then a few days before this, Valkyrie was actually under fire for a clip where she said that she felt too old to collaborate with Yana because Ray is 19, Valkyrie is 34.
How old are you? Because I've been thinking about, you know, how young is someone to collab with? You know what I mean? Yana wanted to play games with me and she's 19. And I was like, even though she's a woman, it feels inappropriate. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe, yeah, okay, maybe that's old enough. She's been wanting to play games, and I was like, man, I just don't know how to, like, maybe if it's like a group thing, and I'm like, what kind of game? I genuinely feel too old, like, seriously. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, what's appropriate for, like, collabs.
And then Rage commented on the clip basically saying it's weird that, you know, people had to make her feel like she was too old to collaborate with another adult.
What with you? Good game. But that's some pogger ass shit I see you saying. You're like, come on, bro. Who got you thinking that it would be weird for you to play a game with another girl on stream that is of age? Like, what? Who got you thinking like that, bro? That's that pogger
Especially,
shit.
bro, especially if it's another creator. You know what I mean?
That's that pogger shit, bro. They the goody two shoes and shit. They gotta do everything PR perfect and shit. You don't gotta do that, right? You know what I'm saying? When you baby your audience to make them think everything is so perfect and nice and that's what happens, gang.
Yeah.
However, after Bruce's accusation against him blew up, he then apparently completely changed his tune, apologizing to Valkyrie, saying that, you know, she was right to be worried about that. And then also going on this weird tirade saying that streamers in the space will try to ruin people's reputation over basically anything.
Yana texted me today like, what the f are these? Why do these? I don't know, Yana. Actually, I do know. I explained it to you, but like, I'm sorry. I'm dead sorry. Yo, Valkyrie, I apologize. You was right. It's like that make you like weary of it. Damn, if I play a fucking video game with this girl, they're gonna call me old and put some allegations on me. These are the worst type of, cause they don't like you. They is willing to ruin your reputation and push it on your name. These are the worst type of. You control me with anything else. I don't give a on my knees. I don't give a say I'm collabing with white motherfuckers. Don't troll me on that tip though, boy. That's weird, gang.
But then, after Rage's response, Bruce kept doubling down, reacting to clips of Rage and Yana on his stream. He even showed a clip where Rage said that he would have to meet and approve her new boyfriend.
I seen your boyfriend on your story. I gotta vet him. I gotta talk to that. Set that up. I gotta talk to that.
Bro,
I gotta
what is
approve
my
it.
ears? That's AI, bro. It's gotta be AI.
And another clip where Rage was apparently worried about her going to Hawaii with Marlon, saying something along the lines of like, this isn't your real sister, you have a real sister.
Little sis not saying no more. Nah, she can do what she want. She just better be being careful and staying safe.
This is not your real sister. You have a real sister, gang. Like, bro, this is why I'm trolling you. Did you see the point that I made? Like, bro, what is this character? Is this a character, bro? Nah, Chrome Heart's dead. Changed, bro.
Now, some of these clips made their way onto TikTok as well. An absolute disgusting hell site of a place. Instagram Reels is so much better and funnier. And these are also now getting millions of views and comments clowning on Rage. Like on another TikTok, people were calling the clips senior freshman type plays. And then there was this clip where they hug and then Rage says, bye sis. That's also been going around.
Bye, sis.
Bro.
And on this stream, Bruce said in the clips going around that this is proof that everyone must feel the same way as him.
You know what I noticed, bro, about getting clipped like this, though? I'll just be the to say what's on my mind, and if it gets clipped and posted everywhere, just because I'm saying it, that must mean that everybody must feel the same way about it, too. So, like, why won't y'all is dead pussy? I know I'm Bruce and all, but what the fuck that got to do with anything?
And as usual, because there is no content in the streaming culture, it is just reacting to what other streamers are doing. You had one streamer called Blackboy Max. He basically said that Rage is just not that type of guy, and then he's never been on any kind of weird shit. Just saying that Rage is a very caring person and treats everyone in the same way.
I think this shit is fried, bro. Like, no cap, bro. And I fuck with bro now. Me and Bruce is cool now. Like, I know it wasn't always like that, but at the end of the day, bro, like, this is a fried statement, bro. Like, I don't think this is good trolls, in my opinion. I think this is wild as to say about this. that is a type of shit that's like, huh, now I'm looking at Rage crazy. When it's like, he not even on that, brother. That's just how I see it, bro. But yeah, this shit cooked. I understand why Rage not gonna with Bruce. Like, I could understand that, bro. You can't get mad at Rage for not wanting to do something with bro off shit like this. You get what I'm saying? But from Bruce's point of view, I mean, it's true. To my knowledge, as long as I've known Rage, he ain't never been no weird ass with no little girls, bro. Ever. But I will say Rage is a very caring person and a very like big brother type of where he look out for people. I mean, I'm gonna give it a button. He damn near a grandpa almost. Like he almost 40, bro.
Now, I do propose a request to show that Rage is the most caring person and he just wants everyone to be okay. You know that money you won from the Mr. Beast challenge? You should give it to Rakai. I mean, come on, man. What did he come? Like third place? Just give him half of it. Be a caring person. Banks also weighed in as well, saying that Rage is a super genuine guy. And if you spend more than 20 seconds looking at the clips, it's very obvious that he's not being a weirdo.
This Rage thing that's happened over the last week with him and Bruce and Yana, like, I don't have an opinion on it. I don't give a about it. All I know is that Rage is the GOAT. He's a amazing guy. Super genuine. And if you spend even 20 seconds exploring the clips and coming to a proper conclusion on it, he's obviously not a weirdo. You know what I mean? Like it's obvious. I watched like 3 or 4 clips. I don't want to spend a ton of time on this subject.
And then after being silent about the situation for pretty much all of it, which is Yana, I mean, she had every right to. She was basically dragged into this without asking. She responded on her Snapchat, is probably on a very lucrative deal on there, just saying that she had fun collaborating and making new friends, but also people can't really pick and choose what collaboration people define as weird. And she also said if she ever felt uncomfortable with another streamer, she would make that known.
It can't be! No!
So after months and months of debating within the streamer community, who's viewbotting, who isn't? Honestly, at this point, it's just best to assume that we're all viewbotting. But now the Twitch CEO, Dan Clancy, Mr. Jesus Christ himself, has announced that Twitch is actually cracking down on viewbotting. Twitch basically put out in a statement that viewbotting is bad for business and then hurts the creator ecosystem. I assume Twitch didn't really care about viewbotting. That was until one of the investors actually looked inside and went, wait a minute, are these real people? Why is this guy on 30K and his chat is moving 2 messages an hour? We're not investing in that. Now, they did admit that clamping down on viewbots is incredibly difficult. I mean, the funny thing is the best comparison here is using hacks in video games like, you know, X-ray, wall hacks, that kind of thing. Because whenever the game or Twitch updates their system, the companies that are selling these bots or these hacks for video games also try to keep one step ahead. So it's just this infinite arms race. Now, they did say that they're rolling out a new method of enforcement, which is actually really interesting. So streamers that are viewbotting, and it's very obvious that you are viewbotting, we know who you are. They won't be banned, but they will actually receive a cap on their concurrent viewers. Now, this will last for a fixed period of time. I'm not sure what that means. I assume if you're a woman, it'll be 5 minutes. If you're a man, it'll be permanent. And it's also based on a lot of pre-existing traffic as well. And obviously, when you viewbot, the entire reason you do it is to make it look like you haven't fell off or you're still relevant. So this is basically absolute fucking kryptonite to these streamers. Now, one streamer, Stable Ronaldo, actually chimed in and said Twitch could easily go through a streamer's revenue to find out which view accounts are genuine and which ones are botting.
Deadass, you know what I don't understand? Facts or no, I mean, it's very hard because you guys obviously don't stream, but it is so much easier to literally just be a Twitch rep, go through people's revenue and see who's cheating and who's not and just ban them. Facts or no? Like, it is so easy to fix it. Just go to their revenue. Why do you think I'm the only one who shows? Because I'm not gonna ever get banned. But it actually is true, because if you bot, your money doesn't go for the bots, at least not that I know of.
Now, I do get his point, but the problem that I've noticed recently with viewbots is they do tend to be actual people. But what happens is they're accessing websites that when you're buying a bot, you're basically buying like a little box or a space that when someone goes onto a website, unknowingly, they're basically playing your stream, and it could be playing ads in the background anyway. Now, the co-founder of Kick chimed in as well, saying that this new Twitch method was basically a huge LARP, and he says that big big streamers will never get banned because they'll always be able to afford access to the better models that go under the radar. And Kick's apparent alternative is basically just to go, we're gonna kill you on discovery. Unless you're Neon. We would never touch Neon. He's a very good boy. XQC said as well, it's kind of weird for them to announce this update ahead of time because it encourages streamers to view bot in the meantime so they can get their numbers up ahead of its implementation.
What? That means that if you want view botting, do it now because you want to make the viewer account stabilized at a certain amount so that you can use it as the blueprint. No? If you do it now and you stabilize at 10K, then your average is 10K. And when this kicks in, right, you can stay at 10K because historically you've been at 10K. Chat, why don't they just, and hold on now, why don't they just show the real viewers? If the algorithm knows when he's viewbotting, why don't the count displays the actual back-end number? Why does the count in front has to show the fake number that they know is taken?
Other streamers like Jason the Ween have weighed in and said that this is going to be a great implementation because people like him have never view-botted. All right, mate. Okay. Let's do a polygraph.
Oh my God. It's about time, bro. Why are y'all saying GG's, bro? I don't buy, bro. I don't buy. They caught us. I will never buy in my life. I think that's cheap. I don't have respect for people who do it. And honestly, this is great news. It only took Asian Jeff to bot for an entire week, 100,000 viewers for Dan Clancy to do something, bro. Wrap it up, bro.
Now, Jinxie said a good way to determine if someone is botting is if their view count is spiking wildly, but also if their chat rate is slow.
Stream ads. It's not supposed to go like this. On top of that, another way to tell somebody's view botting, if somebody's averaging, whatever, tens of thousands of viewers and they're getting 20 followers a day, they're probably view botting. Another thing, if somebody has 40,000 viewers on Twitch, but then they post a YouTube video and it gets 1,000 views a YouTube video, they're probably view botting. Another thing is chat interaction. If somebody has 30,000 viewers and they get one chat message every 5 minutes, they're probably view botting. Now, there are some cases of like, if somebody doesn't read their chat whatsoever, why would somebody type in their chat? But it's one of those things where it's not like one thing can instantly tell you somebody's view botting, but if you put the pieces of the puzzles together, you can instantly tell somebody's view botting.
I don't really agree with the latter statement. I get where he's coming from, but context always matters there. Like, for example, when I stream, right? Like, I am like sub 1% streamer. Like, I pull a couple thousand viewers a stream at best. I'm not in the big 10K leagues, but I have noticed that depending on what I'm doing depends on how fast chat is. And also as well, I stream on YouTube. I don't really feel like there's a huge kind of like Twitch chat culture on YouTube. People actually tend to type things out more. I mean, if I'm pulling in, let's say 2,500 concurrent viewers, my chat rate is about like 50 a minute. It is really slow. But then obviously if I call people out for being little worms and having me as second monitor content, which you're probably doing right now, then yeah, okay, then chat will explode because they feel called out. But then also if I'm playing a very kind of like high impact game, something that might actually require like community response, then the chat is a lot more active. So I do think context does matter there.
Jimmy, come on, Jimmy.
Cause we're celebrating your birthday.
Right, I'm gonna be honest with you. We got a Mr. Beast topic. It's basically zero. It's a nothing burger. But every other topic I've got has been slurped by Dolan or Critical. So I'm just gonna try something here so the video doesn't flop because I haven't uploaded in basically a week. So Thursday was a very special day for Mr. Beast. It was his birthday. So Popbase announced that Mr. Beast was turning 28 years old. I'm turning 25 in 4 days. It's fucking over. It is actually over. Now, when Popbase made the tweet, they just did a pretty dry caption, not even happy birthday. They just said Mr. Beast turns 28. And people on Twitter that hate absolutely everything and themselves kind of inferred that this was Popbase sniding Mr. Beast as like, oh, he turns 28. Who gives a shit? Okay, anyways. Now, to make things worse, people quickly found out that Mr. Beast made a tweet about himself saying, happy birthday, Mr. Beast, to himself on his own account. What's wrong with that? I mean, okay, it's his fucking birthday. Like, he should be able to celebrate that and post about it. You see the thing next to it that says ad? He's been paying Twitter for ad space to basically promote his own birthday. And obviously, Twitter is full of miserable people. They were very quick to point this out and mock him. I mean, to be fair, you can be the happiest person in the world, but buying ad space to celebrate your own birthday, I don't think performative is the right word here. We need a new word. And then people tried to read probably a little bit too deep into it, saying that he's desperate for validation. He's like Elon Musk. I don't think he's desperate for validation. I think he's just someone that is incredibly obsessed best with numbers and analytics. He's even said that like his YouTube recommended, his TikTok, his Instagram Reels, you would not find a single funny video on his feed, except if it was like a crypto joke or something, or some kind of joke about finance that we're all too poor to understand. You've also had people defending Mr. Beast as well, saying things like, you know, this guy's probably done more than all of you people put together. You're all just being miserable. And again, okay, very brave statement, calling people on Twitter miserable. I've never heard this take before. I mean, personally, I don't understand why people are psychoanalyzing him. It's just very obvious that he wanted to buy ad space because he wants the tweet to juice. So he gets probably as many likes as celebrities or something like that. I wonder what I'm gonna do from 29 to 30. I've got a lot to do.
You are the worst person I know.
So in more news of people sucking, this guy absolutely sucks. He went viral for this awful clip where he's standing on a beach in Maui. There's a seal swimming in the water in front of him. And then he picks up this huge rock and then throws it at the seal. And it looks like he hits it.
What are you doing? Why would you throw a rock at it? Hello?
Now, looking back at the clip, it doesn't look like he actually hits the seal, but comes pretty close to it, obviously scaring the shit out of it. And this also was found out to be a Hawaiian monk seal, which is considered one of the world's most endangered marine mammals. Apparently, there's only like 1,400 to 1,600 of them even left on the planet. So according to the news, one witness actually called the Maui police, and then they confronted the guy. And, you know, like you would think at this point, he would cope and be like, oh, I was just skimming rocks. I like to skim rocks, even though it was a boulder. Apparently, he said, I don't care. I'm rich. Find me whatever you want. I can pay for it. I come here every month. And then after the clip went viral, the Maui mayor posted a video on social media saying that he was just completely shocked by the video. And he will personally make sure that this guy is prosecuted to the highest extent of the law.
Mahalo to everyone who reached out and expressed concern. Like many in our community, I was shocked by what happened. Lani is not just a seal to us. She is part of our ocean ohana in Lahaina. Many of our residents know her, watch over her, and care deeply about her well-being. In fact, members of my team in Lahaina have been tracking and looking out for her for some time now. I want to mahalo everyone who stepped in, protected her, and reported this unacceptable behavior. As mayor, I not only have a responsibility to protect the people of Maui County, but also the wildlife and animals that share these islands